Ooh, welcome back to the Boneyard Podcast, everybody. This is your host, Jared Sheffett, along with my good friend,
Artemis Brower.
We're coming to you this week with episode 266. Artemis.
Talk to me.
How are we feeling, brother?
We're good. We're good. It's getting closer and closer to Christmas. It's that season. Trying to get all these family affairs in order. I actually got a brother's graduation this weekend, so heading down to Atlanta. Going to celebrate Nicholas graduating from A&T. So shout out to him, the graduate. So we're good, brother. We're good.
Good, man. Love to hear that. Love to hear that. First Christmas as a married man.
Yeah.
Any fun stuff planned?
No.
Good for
We
you.
have nothing planned, to be honest with
Good
you.
for you.
First Christmas as a married man, we got nothing planned.
Good. Well, already episode 266, presented by none other than Roback. I got my Roback on, keeping me warm while I feel like absolute dog shit this week. I am about once or twice a year. I have a flu pod, and this is going to be one of them.
It's true.
I'm struggling. I think I'm averaging about 3 or 4 showers a day right now. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
Just like got to get whatever's going on up here and in here out.
Gotta get it out. Yeah.
Got to get it out. Been saying I need to go to the sauna and sweat it out. But already Boneyard Podcast this week presented by Roback. 20% off. Holidays are coming up. Christmas is coming up. Hey, 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
We got Christmas coming up. Hey, Old St. Fick coming to town. Did I say Old St. Fick?
You did say Old St. Fick. I thought you did that on purpose. I wasn't sure.
Well, we have a golden retriever that lights up. If you don't know, my golden retriever's name is Ficklin, right? And we call him the one that lights up, dressed in like Santa Claus, Old St. Fick. Look, we're not going to go too long tonight. I feel like absolute poo-poo. I can't hear anything. I'm reading Artie's lips here doing this podcast. But anyways, Artie, episode 266. You got a 66 for me?
I do have a 66. I'm going to make it brief. I'm going to make it quick. This is a shout out to international players. I'm going NBA on this. That's one Andrew Bogut, 7-foot center out of Australia, first overall pick by the Milwaukee Bucks in the 2005 draft. Played his college ball for the Utah Utes, where he was the National Player of the Year. Had a pretty good career as a journeyman. Bounced around to a few teams during his time in the NBA. Won a championship with the Warriors. But that's my 66 for the week. Andrew Bogut.
That's a good one. I'm the number 66. You can't go. I probably named this guy last year. I'll name him every year. Every time we get to the number 66.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Mario Lemieux. It's not.
It's the GOAT 66.
It's not retired league wide like the number 99, but it basically is. You had a guy a couple years ago where Josh Hosang wore it, and a lot of people got mad about it. But hey, Mario, if it weren't for Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux would be the greatest hockey player of all time. There you go. All right. I know I joined last week late in the podcast. This week, we're back at it. Already looking at the notes, I see Josh has here basketball. Josh, are you really going to make me talk basketball when I feel sick? I go ahead, Josh. What were you going to say?
I'll let you skip it, but I'm going to come back to it because I have some points to make, but we can skip it. Get to the
make those points now.
Okay. I'll make the points now. It has been over an hour, I believe, since the basketball game has ended. And as I sit on ECU's website, score is still not there. Do we care about the program at this point? Like, I keep refreshing because I'm like I understand not having a recap. I get it. The recap might take a while. But like, if you had the live stats, when the live stats concluded, why don't we have some kind of, I mean, I'm sure there's, even if there's not an automation, like that's got to be like a first point before you leave the arena to go to the media setup. Like, you know, like it seems so easy to do. It's been an hour though. So
maybe because we only scored as much as a high school basketball would score in a basketball game.
And, you know, I think this is the epitome because the score 6-7 for App State and 54 for ECU. Like, it's just like I don't get it. I just don't get it. Like the 11-0 run to start the game, the first 2 points being free throws by App State. Like, what's like? Come on now.
We suck.
That's accountability. That's coaching. That's just that's just punting on the season. That's just, we just showed up to play a game. We didn't care.
Jordan Riley almost made a Sports Center's top 10 save in the first half for he to just throw it directly to a wide open Appalachian State defender who then easily gets all the way across the court. Like it's the little things that even on effort, things don't go the way that they should. Like, and it's just, I don't know. We just don't deserve it, I guess.
I don't know. I'm at the point to where I don't have enough mental capacity to even remotely care. And that's like, I love ECU basketball. But at this point, I've lost all like reason to give a crap. I don't know. Like every year it's across all college athletics, but it feels like every year, especially with ECU basketball, you got a whole new roster and you're supposed to have like every year we hear, oh, like this guy's going to be a stud. This guy's going to be a stud.
Yeah.
Just for us to suck. Like we suck.
But at least in Schwartz's first few years, there's been effort. This is just lack of effort. I mean, we scored 17 in the first half. It's a football score. That's just lack of effort. You're playing 6-5 App State. You're not playing the number one team in the country.
We had 7 points at the under 8 timeout in the first half.
Just lack of effort.
Like the amount of effort that it takes me to go to my remote control, turn on the game, and sit there for 40 minutes and watch ECU basketball is more effort than I see this team put in week in, week out on the court. I don't know, man. Is it time to cut it off?
Yeah, I mean,
I think so.
How many more times are we going to come out here and just talk about ECULs when it comes to ECU basketball? So,
like, I've made it a point. Like, I don't care to talk about any of it. I just don't. Like, it's hard to have faith in this team. Josh, what's up?
I just remembered that when I checked a minute ago, and we are in sole possession of last place in the conference. Sole possession.
Yeah. What are we? We're like
Today we could have tied it up.
net.
Today we could have tied it up at the bottom, but we decided to stand alone. We did not want at least 4 wins in our first 10 games. We declined that offer. 3-6 we are. 3-6 we are.
Not to mention we still got to get on the road to Carolina in a couple weeks.
And look out, Tulsa's 9-1, first in the conference, 9-1. Look out, they're being quiet. Don't let them.
I hate ECU basketball.
Do we get 10 wins on the season? What's the over under on 10 wins?
I don't know, man. Yes, we get to 10 wins. I don't know how we get there. It's going to be ugly. I think we get there, but it's maybe we should just punt on the season and hope for the number 1 draft pick. Oh wait.
I would set the over under on wins at 9. I wouldn't even set it at 9.5.
That sounds right.
It would be a pure 9.
Yeah.
8.5. Yeah. Honestly, I might go 8.5 just to get more bets on that under, just in case they do fail us that bad. But like, we have like
I don't see how we're gonna win any games in conference.
No, exactly. I don't.
Like, this is abysmally bad basketball. I don't know. Like, I've gone to bat for Mike Schwartz before. Something's got to change. But I said the same thing about Dooley.
We're gonna keep repeating the same song and dance. We're gonna bring somebody else in. We're gonna have hope. 2 to 3 years later, something's got to change. This is just maybe what ECU basketball is.
Why can't we find like a diamond in the rough basketball coach?
It's just gonna take
why can't we be like a McNeese State and find like a Will Wade?
Yeah. It's just going to take a fluke season, a random fluke magical season to ever turn this program around.
Yeah. I don't know. Josh, anything else you wanted to add about basketball?
No, just that if you're in Greenville and you want to be thankful that you have eyes to see something as bad as ECU basketball, you can do that. I believe there's 3 games between now and New Year's Eve, so get out there to Williams Arena on. Yeah, actually, doubleheader this Sunday. Forgot about that doubleheader. Men go first, right? At 1:00 against Buffalo. We could get a win there, but it could also look like this game. And then UNC Asheville is going to play in the women's game at 4:00 if you would like to see decent basketball, at least. It's fundamentals being played. That's all I got.
Yeah. I don't know. Y'all, I lost all audio there for a second, so I don't really know what you said, Josh. Apologies. I'm struggling tonight.
Do you have us now, Jared?
I think so. It's a tough night to be Jared. Hey, but look, Falcons playing, Canes playing.
That's true. Falcons look all right. They only get
Falcons look all right. I need Uncle Kirk to put together a game. Need him to put together a game. But all right. What's next on our docket? We want to go ahead and get into what we're going to talk about first. Coordinators. We need coaches.
ASAP Rocky.
I formally applied. I sent my application in on LinkedIn. I've got the number 1 offense for the last 30 years on NCAA.
And that means something.
So already ECU now looking for an offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. The offensive coordinator we were kind of expecting, right?
Yeah.
And then you end up losing your defensive coordinator, and then the next day, finally the news comes out. Okay, you're also looking for an offensive coordinator. Let's talk about John David Baker leaving for Ole Miss first. Overall, I mean, can't blame the guy. You get a lifetime opportunity to take an SEC job and get paid double your pay. I mean, he was making, I believe, $475,000 here at ECU. Came out, his salary is going to be $1 million at Ole Miss. Not a bad payday.
Not a bad payday at all.
And it leaves ECU in a position where they've got an opportunity to go out and hire a coach and hire an offensive coordinator that is young and up and coming and wants to do the same thing. John David Baker showed that you can do it at ECU. Hey, you can come to ECU, put together a couple good seasons, and then take on that big time role. What are your thoughts on how JDB left and where this program is now?
Yeah, I mean, when you get a promotion at your job, you don't turn it down, right? We all would have taken the job. We all would have taken the gig. So no ill will, no hard feelings towards JDB. Wish him all the best. Obviously, Lane Kiffin's not going to be there next year at Ole Miss, but Ole Miss is still Ole Miss. They should still be all right, and should still be rocking and rolling. The biggest thing for me is, did he leave it better than he found it? And he did. He left the offense. He came here to do a job to make the offense better. He made the offense better. He had us ranked nationally in a lot of really, really key categories. He left the program and left the offense better than he found it. And at the end of the day, that's all you can ask for. Hopefully, like you mentioned, with offensive coordinators, you want somebody young, innovative, that's going to come in and kind of keep this same offense similar. Maybe not, to a T, but similar to what JDB had it. So in the grand scheme of things, I appreciate his service. This is just the way college football is. You're only going to get a couple of years out of these guys. We kept the head man, which is important. Hopefully we keep him long term going forward. But that's just what the state of college football is. But I appreciate JDB. And again, he left the program better than he found it.
Yeah, I mean, can't fault him for taking a better job. I mean, the opportunity presented itself, and he took it. And to that point, I there's a lot of people out there talking about, okay, when we're looking for a new offensive coordinator, what do we want? Do we absolutely have to go find somebody that fits the mold that is exactly like JDB? Can we maybe switch it up a little bit? Overall, my opinion is I do like the idea of getting that up and coming offensive coordinator that's had explosive offenses, whether it's at the FCS level or spend a year or two at the FBS level. My biggest thing is I do want someone that's been calling plays.
Yeah.
I don't want to hire somebody that's never really been in charge of calling plays. I want somebody that can take the reins of the offense and build upon what we've got. We've got the talent. We've got the speed. We've got the skill. It's just putting together a game plan that works. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Blake Harrell does. There's some names out there that he's already talked to or that he's planning to talk to. The one that I know, the one that we all know that he's already talked to is Philip Montgomery, former head coach at Tulsa, was the offensive coordinator at Virginia Tech this past year, and then their interim head coach after they fired Brent Pry. Look, Philip Montgomery has put together a great career of leading great offenses, I don't know that he's the guy I want leading East Carolina's offense going forward. What are your thoughts on Philip Montgomery?
Look, would he? I mean, you said he has interest, but would he even want to come to ECU as O coordinator? Because to me that sounds like he would.
He already interviewed.
Did he did? Okay, so he already interviewed. Okay.
Yeah, I believe he. And if it wasn't a full on interview, I know he's at least spoken to Blake Harrell about the job.
I don't know. I'm even still. Just with the way Tulsa's been the last few years, with the way VTech has
you got to
been.
remember they had a top 15, top 10 offense back his first 2 years at Tulsa. He ran some great offenses, I believe, at Baylor. I mean, the dude has done it. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that I really want a guy that's been a head coach, went to Virginia Tech, didn't have the best season at Virginia Tech. Granted, their quarterback play wasn't the greatest last year, but I don't know that that's the guy. I want somebody that brings energy to the program,
right?
Like JDB did. I don't think
somebody in their 30s, maybe early 40s, like still with some pep in their step, young, innovative, hungry, like that. Like they still have a lot to prove. But Philip Montgomery, he's trying to rebound, right? Trying to get his career back in order, but kind of already established. I want somebody who's not actually established, but hungry, young, talented, and can continue what JDB was doing. Or just put it in.
Hand to God, I thought Philip Montgomery was much older than what he actually is. I thought he was like closer to 60.
He was like 35.
Dude's only 53.
Yeah, I still like mid-30s to 40s for my offensive coordinators. I want my D coordinators to be mid-50s. I want my D coordinator to be a stalwart. He been around the block. He not playing no games. He drives a pickup truck and a lunch pail and brings it into work. That's what I want my D coordinator. I want my OC to be a little younger, a little more pep in the step, a little more innovative.
You basically just described me 30 years from now. Yeah, I see a lot of people talk, and he wouldn't be a bad offensive coordinator, but I don't know that he's who I want. All right, let's go through some of these guys on the list. Mm-hmm. Cam Aiken, he's a target for JMU for their offensive coordinator position. He's been the Ole Miss analyst when JDB and Hunter McKay were both there. Then he spent 9 seasons with Dabo. He's currently at East Tennessee State. I'm just not there on him yet. He's probably not the top of my list. Josh, your thoughts? I know we've been going back and forth on the group chat about some of these names.
Yeah, I mean he's a decent candidate. I think if we got him, we would likely lose Hauser if we got him just because of flow state. But I mean I think that he could bring a lot of freshness to the JDB scheme and lean in a different way from what JDB. I mean, it would be almost the same basis. So, I mean, from an X's and O standpoint, I think it would still look very similar, but I think it's just a different philosophy than what ECU is probably used to or would like to see, I would say.
Yeah. Another guy that I wanted to bring up is Seth Luttrell. Now, I know his second or his first full year as offensive coordinator at Oklahoma didn't go as planned. He's now an offensive analyst at Tennessee. Look, I think Brent Venables has his hands a lot in the play calling, much like one Mike Houston did here at East Carolina. And then he's burned through what 5 offensive coordinators in like the last 4 or 5 years at Oklahoma. Nobody's really been able to succeed on offense there, so I'm not holding that 2024 season against him. He was the head coach at North Texas when JDB was there as, what was it, quarterbacks coach or offensive quality control coordinator or whatever. So very similar, kind of comes from that same like tree as JDB. I'm not opposed to him. Still not maybe number one on my list.
Let me ask you this: which one of these guys that you have listed or that you're thinking about would be the best fit for Katin Houser, and how important do you think it is to keep Katin?
I think it's very important to keep Katin Houser. Now, I say that, and depending on if you're able to pull one of these other guys that I think would be a great coordinator at ECU, they may be able to bring some guys along with them. Whether it's coming up from the FCS ranks or coming from a different program. I think Katin Houser wants to be at East Carolina. I think he's just kind of letting it see. He's just kind of waiting to see how things shake out.
Yeah.
A guy that I do like and I think would be a really good fit for Katin Houser is Graham Harrell, who, I mean, he was the offensive coordinator at North Texas under Luttrell, was over JDB. So you kind of have like that whole like offense, kind of like you went from JDB to maybe going to Graham Harrell to or Seth Luttrell. I like those two guys a lot. I think Graham Harrell's the one that's kind of stood out to me. He coached under Mike Leach. He's one of the all-time great quarterbacks in Big 12 history, and honest, like Texas Tech. Probably, I'd say what? It's hard to figure out like who's the top 3 quarterbacks in Texas Tech history, but he's definitely got the numbers to like back it up. Still holds, I believe, some NCAA records.
Yeah, I mean, he was the one slinging it to the Crabtree back in the day. They beat Texas. I remember that.
Yeah, so he's at Abilene Christian now. So it'd be interesting. He also, I mean, he was there. He was there under Mike Leach. He was there when Ruffin McNeil was there. Like there's some ties there that I think could be very interesting. And I think he runs a very similar style offense to JDB. It may be a little more tame as far as tempo goes. I think that the tempo aspect of ECU's offense, while it works at times, I've said it before on this podcast, I think that there are times that it can hurt you trying to go up tempo as much as they do. But I think having a more controlled tempo with a lot of the same RPOs and spread option, I think that could be something that would benefit ECU with their speed on the outside. Josh, your take?
Yeah, so I'll answer Artie's question about how important do I think that it is to keep Houser. And I think that it's important if you get the right coordinator. Exactly. But I also think that it's very important that Houser also be able to find what's best for him. And so if he does have to leave for whatever reason, because whatever happens, but if he does, then getting a offensive coordinator, and in my mind, the one that I would want to bring in, if we could get Amari Odom, if he doesn't have any more eligibility, if we can get him one more year, bring him in, because I watched that kid at Panther Creek. He is an an elite, not elite, but like he's one of those quarterbacks where he's fun to watch. He's fun to watch. He's almost James Summers, but can actually throw the ball pretty well, like consistently. And I think that with a tempo offense could look pretty cool. So if that were a thing, I would want Mitch, who's Kennesaw State's current offensive coordinator, to come on up and bring him with them, especially with the ties to Kennesaw State that Blake Harrell has already. So I'm sure they've been in conversation.
Are we sure that he was calling the plays at Kennesaw State?
I'm pretty sure.
Because I thought their head coach was more of an offensive background, but
no, yeah, their head coach is an offensive back. I think he gave up play calling though.
Okay. That's the biggest thing. The other guy that I really like is Anthony Soto. I really like him down at Mercer. I believe they had the number 3 offense in the country. They had a true freshman at quarterback, won FCS Freshman of the Year at quarterback. Guy went to Rollsville High School, was a two-star athlete coming out of high school. It was just slinging it all over the field. Threw for like 3,500 yards in 11 games. Like it was something crazy. I believe had 34 touchdowns to 15 interceptions. Also, they had a stud offensive line their center was a true freshman. Like, granted, that transition from FCS to FBS on O-line, it can be really tough. But as a freshman, if you're not giving up any sacks on the offensive line, like you're gonna get a chance at the FBS level. He's already entered the transfer portal. If you could bring in Soto, like that's a quarterback that I think you could bring in and be able to really kind of run with. But those are really the two. I like Rylan Wells at Western Carolina. I don't know that you're going to get his quarterback.
Yeah, I heard the quarterback's good.
What was it? Is it Dickerson? Yeah, that dude's a stud.
Yeah, he's
I'm sure that guy's going to get some P4 offers somewhere.
Yeah.
So, Josh.
Oh, he disappeared.
He gone.
I'm here. All right, there we go. I'm here.
There we go.
So Western Carolina's quarterback, Teron Dickens, yes, he is a stud. And I think he is very much on a Chambliss-like trajectory. So,
yeah. That dude's watch that dude end up at like NC State after.
I was just about to say it feels like a state guy or Carolina guy or something like that.
I don't know about Carolina. I could see him going to State. I don't know. There's some other names on this list. I like one that's really intriguing is Kevin Decker. Jeez, Kevin Decker, the Old Dominion OC, had the 15th ranked offense nationally this year. 29th in scoring offense, 32.7 points per game. That would be a decent hire coming up from Old Dominion. Is it something that is it a move that he's ready to make? Like personally, I don't know. I mean, he may be happy with where he's at Old Dominion, but I'm sure ECU can offer him more money. Jordan Davis, he's a name that a lot of people are throwing out there, and I do know that ECU is planning to talk to him and he's on their list. A couple things. Eric Morris was calling the plays at North Texas. And when he chose not to take Jordan Davis to Oklahoma State, that's kind of telling to me.
It is.
So that's something I'm keeping in mind.
Is he actually ready for that moment?
Right. And then lastly, Garrett Riley.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
We can all dream.
We could love a reunion, but I
You-
think
you
if he's going
need-
to come back to ECU, he wants to be a top dog.
You need things to perfectly align for Garrett Riley to be the next ECU offensive coordinator. And what would have to happen is Clemson would have to fire him, and he'd have to basically work for pennies compared to what he's making now. Dude's making $1.75 million at Clemson. Now, that contract is fully guaranteed through 2026 or 2027, I believe. Yeah. Now, who knows? Mike Houston gets a job somewhere. That money for 2026 comes off the books. And I believe that's around 1.6 million, 1.4 million.
Garrett Riley will only entertain the head coaching job at ECU. This is not that. That's not going to happen.
Well, he was in the running for it last year.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, he would entertain head man. I don't think
it's interesting. He wants out of Clemson, but he's not just going to leave Clemson. He's going to have wait till he gets fired. Like, that would be stupid of him
exactly
to just leave. And if he were to leave, his buyout is 25% of the remaining contract. I mean, I'm not a math wizard, but that's what? Minus 75%. That's $437,000 a year. That's what you're paying JDB. That ain't happening.
No.
I thought he was going to get the job at Coastal.
Mm.
I really like the Ryan Beard hire that they made down there in Conway. So, Josh, Artie, any other thoughts on the next offensive coordinator?
No, let's get him in. No, let's get him in.
Hear me out. Blake Harrell hires Scotty Montgomery to run the offense and Mike Harrell to run the defense. Or Mike Houston, Jesus, to run the defense.
I think people at ECU would have a stroke. ECU fans would absolutely, in unison, would all have strokes.
Do you see that stadium, that soccer stadium that like the fans are burning down because their team got relegated?
No, I've not seen it. What team is this?
I don't know. I don't watch soccer, but it's happening over in Europe. A team
sounds like something they would do, though.
A stadium is like on fire currently because their team got relegated. That might happen to Danny Ficklin Stadium if Blake Harrell made that move.
Yeah. Now look, Scotty Mo's probably not a bad play caller, though. But Mike Houston, nah, I wouldn't want to see Bicep Mike back in Greenville.
Yeah. I do hope he gets a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Come on, Ohio. Would love for him to take that Ohio job.
He'll get a call. It's bound to happen at some point.
I think that's the only FBS head coach job open. I think that's the only thing he wants.
I'm just saying eventually.
Washington State. I mean, not that he could go there, but that's they still have an open position.
I forget Washington State even exists.
Mike Leach can only do so much for a program.
Up there in that Pac-2.
I saw a tweet talking about how the Pac-12 is going to expect their autonomy back when like they're fully ready. I'm like, y'all don't even have enough teams for a conference championship right now. Like, you are basically just a Mountain West like rebrand.
That's exactly what that is. Yeah.
Oh well. One last name I wanted to mention, the offensive coordinator from Texas State. I'm not even – Josh, can you help me with the pronunciation? Keppel?
Hmm.
Is that right?
Landon Copel. I believe it's Copel. I think I remember hearing that when he played at Tulsa.
You could have given me 100 tries. I don't know that I would have got to Copel.
Pretty sure it's Copel.
There you go.
Unless it's Capel, but I think it's Copel.
Tomato. I don't know. I don't think he's going to be the offensive coordinator. I think Harrell's going to want to dive into his FCS roots and bring somebody up that's got experience, maybe retread in the FCS, and now bring them back up for another shot at the FBS. I think that's where we're headed.
Yeah.
All right, defensive coordinator. All right, let's start here. Roy Tesh is promoted from D-line coach to defensive coordinator. I don't hate it, but as some have said previously, that's a tough transition to make from just coaching the line. So now you're worrying about
the entire
defense.
All three levels of the defense.
So I don't know that he definitely deserves some sort of promotion. I mean, he's been on staff since 2019.
Mm-hmm.
He's the longest tenured coach at ECU right now, on-field coach. I don't mind it. I actually really like it, but I think he's going to need to be a co-defensive coordinator for a little bit. If you want to.
Yeah, I also don't mind a promotion of Tesh either, because my thinking is Harrell's still going to have his hands all over this defense.
Right.
And so whoever you bring in, he's not going to be the guy. He's still going to be answering to Harrell on some things. He's still going to it's going to be kind of a second fiddle. He's going to have the title of D coordinator, and Harrell should have his hands all over the defense because that's what he does. That's what he specializes in. So whoever you're bringing in has already had that mindset of you're still going to be answering to the head ball coach, especially when it comes to that defense. Offense is going to have some more autonomy, obviously.
Yeah. Another interesting name, David Blackwell. If you remember, he was the defensive coordinator in 2018 and then was the interim head coach in that game that NC State fans love to send us a screenshot of the score when we're missing half of our roster and all of our coaching staff except for basically David Blackwell.
Yep.
I wouldn't mind bringing him back. I think if you were to promote Tash into a co-defensive coordinator role, I think that bringing in David Blackwell, someone that has been here before, that would be a good way to do it. The problem is his defensive philosophy is quite a bit different than Blake Harrell's, which, as you mentioned, I think Blake's going to still have his hands fully into this defense. I mean, why wouldn't you when you've had one of the best defenses in the conference, if not the country,
what you're doing
the last 4 or 5 years?
Yeah.
We're going to get through a couple of these. Let's talk one that I think is really interesting and I think would be a home run hire for Harrell is the Tulane defensive coordinator. Greg Gasparotto. He didn't follow Summerall to Florida. like Tulane's trying to keep him. Is it something that you can offer? Hey, like you can come here and run the top defense in the conference and make the same or not more. And you're not having to fully rebuild because you've still got the former defensive coordinator that is now the head coach and is retaining a lot of his defensive guys. I don't know that Tulane's going to retain a lot of guys.
But does he like his situation in Tulane? No, that's the thing though. Like, do you like the situation that you're in New Orleans? Do you feel like you can kind of mold it in your own identity by staying in Tulane? Because Tulane,
I'll say,
boards you.
Out of all the American Conference coaches, like the new head coaches that were hired, Tulane is the biggest miss out of all of them. I do like Tulane's going to make a lot of money in the college football playoff this year, and great for them. But
why would you say the biggest miss?
He doesn't have the proven track record that some of the other guys that have been hired in this conference have. And the places he's been, he's struggled at times. So we'll see. We'll see.
I'm sitting here looking at the Rob Green name too. Now that would be a nice one, but that's to me that's what we're thinking. But that Texas Tech defense this year was incredible. Is incredible.
That Texas Tech everything was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So, Josh, any thoughts on the defense?
I'm not really a defensive guy, so for me, it's like, hey, don't let the other team be competent on offense. That's I mean, I understand defense, but it's not.
Make strong tackles.
Make strong tackles, guys. Blitz the right hold. Make sure you're reading your keys when it's an option. I mean, I get the lingo, but it's not my thing. So
I'll say I do like the position coaches from the P4 with the Andrew Thacker, Mark Ivy. I like those quite a bit. I don't know that I really want to bring up a defensive coordinator from FCS. I mean, I know that's what Blake Harrell was.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that'll be good. I know I've seen people throw Trip Weaver's name out there. I don't know that he's a guy that EC wants to bring back.
Yeah.
So I will say this though. When I was going back through the archives of history, looking at some of these coaches, one thing about Texas Tech that stood out to me was when Mike Leach was the head coach, they had no offensive coordinator. And he was the quarterback's coach. Now, granted, Mike Leach is a different guy. Like that was a different era. I get that part. I do understand that. But why not? Why not? If you're ECU, save a couple dollars on a defensive coordinator. If Coach Harrell did want a lot of influence on the defense, let him still call the defense. Let him still do. Help with the install, but hire a really, really strong linebackers coach, which is basically what we need at this point, and keep it pushing. To me, that's the easiest solution. Like just focus on the offensive coordinator search. Honestly, we have a good defensive coordinator, and at that point, you can just you can still name. Just forgot his name off the top of my head.
Roy Test.
Roy Test. Yeah. You can just name Roy Test the defensive coordinator. Let him be the lead defensive coach. Like everyone stops at him before it gets to Blake Harrell. But outside of that, because it's the same philosophy. So I don't know. That's my 2 cents on it for that defense. Because to me, I think that's just the easiest solution.
Yeah. I'm not opposed to it. If it saves you some money and you can put that money towards hiring a stud offensive coordinator, that's what you do. Because, I mean, last year's defense, that was Blake Harrell's defense. Aldridge probably he had his hands in it, but, like, we know what a Blake Harrell defense looks like, and that's what I watched last year was a Blake Harrell defense.
And that's probably why Aldridge was quick to go after just 1 year at the helm at D coordinator.
Yeah.
Because he wasn't actually really at the helm. So
and now he's at USF, and
because that's kind of a head scratcher when you think about it, right? Golish and the boys are gone. It's not like USF is going to be the same old USF that they were.
I mean,
you're making a
USF
lot of moves.
Has more money than anybody in the conference.
That's true. That's true. But do they actually do anything with that?
And I will just say, anyone who speaks of concern that Jamarly Riddle would go to USF following Aldridge, I don't think that is a concern of mine for Jamarly Riddle. I think if he did leave, there are much greener pastures than the painted green of Raymond James Stadium, because their grass is never actually green. It's always a painted yellowish green color.
Yeah. Speaking of Raymond James, Falcons on top right now. So
yeah, at 1 point.
There we go. Yeah, I don't think that's not where I'm worried about Jamarly Riddle going. I think there's been cases already that you've seen at ECU in the secondary, right? Like Jaquan McMillan, Siobhan Revel. If you stay at East Carolina, you can go and play on Sunday.
Okay.
In this secondary.
You don't have to go.
And he's going to be the guy. Tegan Wilkes gone. He's going to be the guy. There's no reason for him to leave next year. He's the guy on defense. Now, if somebody throws the bag at him, I get it.
Right. It really just depends on how bad he wants to stay with the program and how low. Because he's gonna get some offers. He's gonna have opportunity to go.
He had offers last year.
Yeah, he's just that good. So just how bad he's going to be a Pirate. So.
All right, what's next?
I mean, in the notes, what's next is Gambling Corner.
Do we want to do Gambling Corner or we want to do Walk the Plank first?
We do Walk the Plank.
All right. Walk the Plank.
I'll go first because I think mine can be quick. NASCAR lawsuit. Walk the plank to NASCAR and the lawyers for NASCAR and the administrators of the sport. The past week, really 8 business days, basically, has revealed a lot about the organization of NASCAR and the leaders therein. Hasn't been great, and all of that just for you to settle to the terms that were likely initially asked. In the middle of the trial, you've wasted these jurors 8 days of work where they could have been contributing to society. So just walk the plank, NASCAR. This is all on you. Year and a half drug out for nothing.
What was the lawsuit over?
It was over the charter agreement that the teams were forced to hastily sign to remain to remain solvent for this year.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Artemis?
Yeah. I would say nothing newsworthy has happened over the last few days.
What?
So I would.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I don't know what's come out.
I'm not
I have no idea.
slide that way. I'm not gonna let that slide.
What's come out? You educate me.
Look at the screen, Artie.
That's a cute comment.
What's going on up there in Ann Arbor?
Cute comment.
Preparing for a bowl game.
Yeah, the Citrus Bowl, baby, Texas. That's what's going on.
Preparing for a big time bowl game. Big time game.
Trying to be Sarkisian and the boys. That's all I know.
Biff and them. Biff and them gonna take on Sark.
with the cutoff, baby. Biff gonna come up with the cutoff.
This the way that this is looking is disgusting. Biff posed you in a cutoff against Arch Manning.
I'm actually, at this point, I'm actually all for it. If he doesn't come up with a cutoff, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm all for it.
This is the wildest thing I've ever seen in my
biggest
life.
Rise to like
failing upwards.
Charlotte, the worst FBS program in the country, to being the head coach of Michigan.
Well, he's going to be
and not for the first time.
Yeah.
And not for the first time.
No, look. We obviously know what's going on, but Jared, I'm gonna let you take the floor. I'm gonna let you educate people.
I'm just gonna say, if you're trying to get your girlfriend, your fiance, your wife into college football, and she's like, "No, I want to watch my reality television," there's no better reality TV than December in college football. With Lane Kiffin, I didn't get to speak real much about Lane Kiffin last week. Lane Kiffin leaving Ole Miss for LSU. You got hundreds of people at the airport telling him to go F himself, giving him the finger, right?
Children.
They threw his clothes out on the street. They threw his clothes. Then there was rumors that, like, is his ex-wife on the plane? Is his ex-wife not on the plane? Who knows? His daughter's dating one of the LSU football players. What? Also, there's a dog that he's posted pictures of, and always, like, everybody thought Juice Kiffin was his dog. Juice Kiffin is not his dog. It's like some random dog. It's not his. So he just left the dog. There's a PR stunt by the university and by Lane to try to ingratiate him with everybody else. Then I'm still talking about Lane Kiffin here. You've got his hot yoga instructor posting TikToks and all the women in the comments talking about how much they hated him. Then Ole Miss turns around, hires ECU's offensive coordinator, who is DMing every woman on the face of the earth. Absolutely wild. We talked a little bit about Penn State's head coaching fiasco last week. I think they ended up doing really well hiring Matt Campbell.
They did. They salvaged that pretty well.
But, like, the whole thing with Kalani Sitake, like, complete shit show. Sorry, Mormon gods. Do not strike me down for saying that. I had 2 cups of coffee today. And then, last night it comes out, Michigan's fired their coach. All right. Like, it's weird. We know Michigan didn't have the season that they wanted to have, but, like, okay. Then, Michigan's ex-head coach is being detained. Why is he being detained? I even put it in several group messages. Why is this guy being detained? What did he do that was, like, illegal? He drove to his mistress's house, held her at knife point, and said that he was going to kill her and kill himself. What?
I don't think that actually happened.
Allegations. This is all alleged.
All alleged. All alleged. Do not come after
Breaking into the house.
podcast.
Yes,
I'm just saying what the room.
Yeah.
The drama in college football is better than any drama that you're going to get on The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, Big Brother, Real World, Jersey Shore, whatever the hell you want to watch. Selling Sunset, you're not getting it like you're getting it with college football. Absolutely wild last couple weeks. Absolutely wild.
Also, just I can't wait to see Notre Dame get out of their contract with the ACC before Clemson and Florida State do.
Apparently, Notre Dame is floating the idea to the Big Ten that they'll join the Big 10 or Big 12 and bring Miami with them, which is absolutely wild. Oh, and then this memorandum of understanding that's come out where Notre Dame's like, oh, yeah, by the way, if we're ranked in the top 12, no matter what, we're like in the college football playoff or something like that.
Starting next year. Yes.
But like the college football playoff, they don't want them there. Guess what? The committee just ranks them at 13th, and guess what? Sorry about it. You're not in. I don't know. Join a conference.
Yeah, the whole woe was me for Notre Dame. They got to stop that.
And then the back and forth from all the media talking heads about, oh, it's so bad that we have to watch 2 group of 5 teams in the college football playoff.
They keep moving the needle.
I don't like you set the rules. You made the bed. You're the one that has to lay in it. I'm sorry it didn't work out the way you wanted it to. The group of 5 teams played by the rules, and they got in. Next year, they'll probably change it to the top 4 conference champions, which, had that been this year, guess what? Group of 5 team is still in. But the ACC is going to change their tiebreakers, so we're not going to have that again. But
they're going to copy ours. Copy the Americans, because the Americans would have gotten the top 2 teams of actually having Miami, the ranked team.
Yeah.
In. And Virginia would have still lost at that point, and then none of this would really be an issue.
Right.
But now you have Duke, who can claim an ACC championship.
Yeah. And at that point, you probably get one of Notre Dame or BYU in.
And if it's Notre Dame, then you don't have this whole fiasco.
Yeah. Just expand. Give me top 6 conference champions.
Top 6?
Nobody wants to watch a Conference USA champion in the college football playoff.
I think that we should simply adopt the FCS method.
Hey, I'm all for it.
And allow the bowl games to still host as regional sites, similar to baseball, similar to basketball.
For the longest time, Josh.
Similar to basketball, just let them host it as regional games.
You want to make bowls mean something, and we've already lost 2 this year. The 2 games that we're losing, the Bahamas Bowl, that's gone. And then the LA Bowl is going to be gone after this year. Bowl games are going away.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get it to where, okay, we have 24 teams and they're going to play at sites around the country, I don't see how that's a bad thing. Right? You start it. You could start it next weekend, just like everything else.
Yeah.
And you just do the bowl games, and then, all right, you have a new week. Now we got to prepare for ECU's got to prepare for, I don't know, Tulane. Oh, no, not Tulane. ECU's got to prepare for Ole Miss like week 2 in the playoffs. That'd be sick. That would be sick. Now, there's something in me that likes having the first round on campus. I think that's really cool. But I don't know. We got to fix some.
You could even keep it that way and just have bowl sponsors from different bowl games that get eliminated sponsor on-campus activities for that bowl week and make it a bigger, for that playoff week still on the campus.
I mean, people would actually go to those games. Like, I joked with my buddy, like, he lives in Tuscaloosa, went to Alabama, and I was joking with him when I thought they may miss the playoffs. I was like, hey, ECU, Alabama, Birmingham Bowl, we going? That'd be sick. That'd be sick. We're getting away from what makes college football great. The upsets, the pageantry, the playing for the name on the front of your chest, not the one on your back. We need more.
You just be invited to a bowl game. All these opt-outs.
Yeah. I do think with this, though, like you'll start seeing some of these larger bowls start inviting more group of 5 teams. Look, the American should be Tim Pernetti should be all over these bowls, be like, hey, if these schools are going to be opting out each and every year, bring in the American teams. They won't opt out. Other than, I mean, Temple, who was 5-7, opted out of a bowl game.
Temple did not opt out. Temple did not opt out. They released a statement. They did not opt out. They were offered the Birmingham Bowl, but before they were able to respond saying yes, it was already announced and accepted by App State. App State was eager to get at Georgia Southern because they have the forgot what it's called, but they have a very nasty rivalry with each other. So they wanted to get that game.
What is it? Deeper Than Hate?
Yeah, Deeper Than Hate. Yep.
College football casual. No, I don't like that though.
No, I love it. I love it.
See, we're gonna disagree because I don't like playing a conference opponent in a bowl game, especially when you've already lost to that team that same year.
But I like it in the sense of in the way of, okay, if you are the better team, then you're gonna win again. Like you have motivation to win again. But on the other side of the coin, like as the fan bases, this is a rivalry game, and it is still pretty close. It's in a city where both teams' fans would probably love to go. Like it's just one of those things where it's like, honestly, the economics works out great for all 3 sides. So
you're gonna get a very competitive game between Southern and App State.
Yeah. Fuck them both.
And we only have one competitive game this weekend in football.
Don't even get me started on this game.
It's the greatest game there is.
Hey, I didn't even do my walk the plank.
Oh.
You just spent the last 15 minutes not talking about your walk the plank? Jeez.
All right, Jared.
This JJ Kitchens dude that's got me blocked on from because I like straight up fact checked his ass into oblivion.
Yo, get JJ Kitchens on the show.
Hey, I tweeted at him.
Get him on the show.
I said, JJ, since you have my podcast blocked, this is an open invitation for you to come on and talk cordially, professionally. Like I will be civil.
Come on, talk that shit. You love Pitt. Come on, talk that shit.
Yeah, I will be civil. I'll let you say your piece. I'll let you talk about how Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium is a dump in a high school stadium. When you play in a stadium that isn't on campus, that is shared with an NFL team, and then you're like, oh, well, the only reason the Steelers got that stadium is because Pitt agreed to play there. I don't give a shit, dude.
Neither one of them owns it.
You don't own it. Dowdy-Ficklin Stadium, that's on campus. That is in our yard. And you want to call the number 2 largest stadium in the group of 5, the stadium that has the second highest attendance this year in the group of 5, a dump? Get the fuck out of here, JJ. You little bitch. You can come on this podcast anytime you want to. Any fucking time you want to. And then you're going to go cry. You're going to go cry because, this is the most toxic fan base. No, get the fuck out of here, dude. Get out of here. Go do some more curls, dude. I've seen you. You're pushing your supplements, your MLM supplements. That's all you're good for on social media is pushing your MLM supplements. Come on here and fucking talk to me. I'll see. Maybe we'll see each other at the bowl game. I'm happy to talk to you. Maybe I'll give you some education. JJ,
hey,
even though we're blocked, you're still welcome to come on.
Somebody please send this clip to JJ. I need this man to see this.
Yeah, clip it. I don't give a shit. I told Pittsburgh fans that they could come watch our live stream, come and engage with us. I haven't seen a single one comment. Haven't seen a single one comment. Where are you? Huh? Where are you?
I will say though, side note, I am excited for the matchup against Pitt though.
Are you?
I am excited for them. I'm not excited to go back to the Military Bowl, but I'm excited for the matchup against Pitt.
Are you guys going to the game? That's the question.
As of right now, yes.
That's the 27th.
11 a.m.
You really got to be there for 2 days. You really got to be there 2 nights. Like you can't. Yeah, it's going to be real hard to drive back after the game.
Yeah, you're not going up and coming back. You got to get in a room.
We could go up and come back.
Absolutely. You can go up.
All right, Jared. Jared, you didn't go up and come back for Coastal. You can do it this time?
Last year there were some other things going on.
No, I said Coastal. I said for Coastal.
I was going to.
Yeah, but you didn't because you knew better.
I do it all the time for ECU football games. I drive down to Greenville and drive back to Winston 3 hours one way, 3 hours the other.
If it wasn't for them not having no vacancy, we would have stayed at Liberty too, because that was hell.
That was rough.
That was. Oh man.
Anyways, Pitt, I don't got a problem with you. I just got a problem with JJ. So I got a problem with JJ. That's it. Oh well. JJ, you're welcome anytime. You're welcome for the engagement, bro. All right. What's next? Gambling Corner?
Yes. Gambling Corner is next. So we've got the game of the week, Army versus Navy. Army is plus 200, plus 6 points. And Navy is minus 245 and 6-point favorite. Where's this one at this year? Is this one at the link again?
I think it's at the link. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, I'm going Navy. I'm going Navy on this one.
Yeah.
All of it.
Give me Navy. What's the over-under on this game?
Oh, the over-under 38.5. 38.5. Well, I'm going under, sorry. If it's 30.5, I'm going for Army's got to cover that. That score's going to be too tight.
It's gonna be like 24-17 game, something like that. I don't know. Give me. I don't know. Navy can put up points. Both these offenses, they're not the same triple option that they have been in the past. Give me Navy to cover, and I'm going to take the over.
Okay. Yeah, give me Navy. Navy's the better team. This just feels like a 23-13 ball game. So it's barely hitting the under. But that's what this feels like to me. So I'm taking Navy in the under.
All right.
Lovely, lovely. Cool, boys. Anything else? JJ, DMs are open at Jared_Chaffet. Find me, dude. Let's talk. All right. Thank you for listening to the Boneyard Podcast this week. What the?
I was like, what is going on with this background? I was like, I can't be the only one to see that.
Also, I think I figured out what was wrong with my headphones. They just weren't plugged in.
Jesus Christ. And that, my friends, don't let.
Thank you for listening to the Boneyard Podcast. We appreciate you. Make sure you subscribe wherever you get your podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever. Give us a 5-star review. If you don't, walk the damn plank. Also, subscribe on YouTube. Give us a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell. That way you're notified every time we go live with one of these episodes. Maybe JJ will be on one of these one day. It's like Boston College, JJ, NC State somewhere in there on the shit list. So there's that. And then shop Roback. Get 20% off on Roback with promo code Boneyard20. Once again, 20% off at Roback, Boneyard20. Get your Christmas gifts now. You're running out of time. Get them now. And then follow us on social media at Boneyard Podcast on Twitter, X, whatever the hell you want to call it now, Instagram. You can find us there. And yeah, we'll talk to you next week, Pirate Nation. Artie, have a good one.
See y'all next time, Pirate Nation. Wash your hands, wash your butts. Deuce.
Go damn Pirates.